It's time to go racing once again then here at Zandvoort as we get underway at the Dutch Grand Prix. Zandvoort circuit has 14 corners, 10 to the right and 4 to the left, with plenty of steep camber and elevation changes to keep our drivers on their toes throughout the 2.6 mile lap. So with the race not
Good evening, race fans. I'm Pirate here with Black Flag Racing TV, and as you can probably hear from my nasally tones, I am full up of cold, and I will be breathing it down the airways to try and infect you all through YouTube if I can, because I feel like shit and I want to share the pain. No, of course, I don't wish this on anybody at all. Been feeling rough as arseholes all week, and it's been getting significantly worse. But we muddle on, of course we do. Because if we don't, then people don't get to watch this stuff. Last week, this is what happened last week. Videos there on the left-hand side if you want to get involved. They are the race results from Imola. Rose with a brilliant win in the Red Bull from third position on the grid. 50 massive points there. Tony in the Alfa Romeo comes in the second. Moiculi in the Ferrari came home in third place, 40 points. Big Balls in the Aston Martin, fourth. Tom Go Prof, fifth place. JJ Lancer in sixth. Jay Hartnell came home in seventh. Nat Packers in the Haas, way down eighth place, surprisingly. Rapid F1, who we've been waiting to kind of find their form this season. Another DNF for Mercedes, and down in 17th place, 0 points picked up last week. Where does that leave us in terms of the standings, of course? That's your top 10. I'm not going to run all the way down the order. They're the ones that matter at the moment. As people make their way into the top 10, they will get further up the order. Tony leads the way just by 1 point in the Alfa Romeo, 88 points there. Rose, after that big win last week, 87 points in the Red Bull. Big Balls in third place for Aston Martin, 77 points. And one thing I will say, right away down to skills down in reserve, so the top 6 are works drivers, but then we've got skill Dan jumping in reserve in 7th, and the JJ Lancer are reserved in 10th place. The reserves really doing their bit to get involved. And actually in the top 10 we have 7 different manufacturers, constructors even, in the top 10. Alpine though, good performance so far with a 8th and 9th place in that top 10. In terms of Constructors' Championship, there it is. Red Bull lead the way, 107 points. 6 points clear of Alfa Romeo, who are level with Aston Martin at the moment. So that's a battle to watch out for today. Aston Martin and Alfa Romeo are going to be going at it for constructors' points. McLaren 90 points, Alpine 81, Haas on 63, just a point clear of Ferrari on 62. AlphaTauri 56 points, Williams with 50 points, and Mercedes-Benz on just 23 points. And while it would please me to see the real Mercedes-Benz team on just 23 points after 2 races, it's already they're quite adrift and need a good result today. Really good result today to change all of that. So there we go. That's where we are at currently. Today, how many we got? So do we have a full lobby? So far we've got 16, and I don't know if there's any others joining. I can tell you now there's some newbies racing. Well, not newbies, but some additional, what's the word I'm looking for? Reserves. So brains fried. To be fair, I am dosed up on a whole heap of drugs. Basically, drugs and Lucozade is the only thing keeping me going at the moment. So do excuse me if I suddenly drift off and start talking. But I say start talking rubbish like I don't already do that. There we go. So Rapid F1 in the Mercedes-Benz today really needs a performance today. It was Rapid F1. It's not been going so well so far. But here at Zandvoort, here's the opportunity for Rapid F1 to prove why he is the current champion. Nat Packers in the Haas. Cameron Poulter racing for McLaren. Moy Cooley top 3 last week for Ferrari. Stomper in the Red Bull. Jinxie racing for Aston Martin. We've got Tongo Prof. We know Tongo Prof can put in a lap or two when required. Racing for McLaren. Shan. And I'm still going to call him Shan because Shan hasn't confirmed what is supposed to stand for, and it's too difficult to say, especially when you've got cold. But we saw racing on Tuesday, of course. For Williams Racing, Rose, winner last time out. Looking to do that again in the Red Bull. Andre is covering today in Aston Martin. Tony, another top 3 from last week in the Alfa Romeo. We're going to see a big battle between Tony, Andre, who else is racing for Alfa Romeo? Binks, and yeah, well, I'm a spectator. I'm moving those. There, Jinxie there. I knew we had another one. Jinxie in the Aston Martin. Joffrey, the King Joffrey, the King who everyone hates from Game of Thrones, of course, racing for Williams. Jay Hartnell in the Alpine. Binks in the Alfa Romeo. Tristan is racing in the Haas. Ace Edge, who I don't know why I call him Ace Edge, right? It's that stupid X in the middle. Throws my little brain out of whack. But Ace Edge in the Ferrari. We've got Mixer. He makes a what? He makes me try and say difficult words. That's what he makes her. Alpha Tauri. Have we got 3 more to fill the last 3 spots? That is the ultimate question. If someone could let me know, are we having some rain today here at Zandvoort? I love this circuit. It is really, really cool. It does go. The great thing about it is the corners are much higher speed because they're pretty much all banked. Which and anyone that knows anything about bike racing, and I do not count myself among that echelon of people, will know that if you've got a bank turn, you can carry more speed because the banking helps you round the corner, which does make any circuit with banking a much higher speed circuit. So it looks like we've just got the 17, everyone checking in. It is 18 minutes of qualifying as usual, 36 laps around Zandvoort. And yeah, we're looking to see how that affects. And I want to quickly jump back here while I wait for everyone to jump in. Because that's the Constructors' Championship at the minute. So we're looking at battles really. Red Bull and Alfa Romeo, Aston Martin going to be battling it out a little bit, particularly Alfa and Aston Martin because they'll want to get the upper hand on each other. So we'll see, the likes of Mixer, we'll see the likes of Binks, we'll see Tony definitely in the Alfa Romeo, and we know he's definitely capable of the top 3 because we've seen him do it. Excuse me. We've got Andre in the Aston Martin, we've got Jinxie in the Aston Martin as well. They're going to be battling it out too. But don't count out, I mean, the Red Bulls obviously Stomper and Rose. We know Rose is very, very quick. Don't count those guys out. Of course, Rose, you know that he has got some pace in him. But then you can't count out people like that. Packers, Tongo Prof, both very quick drivers in their own right. In fact, Rapid F1 in the Mercedes. We know that Rapid F1 has got the kind of pace required to show just how good they are. So we're looking forward to seeing that play out. And actually for them to finally get themselves some decent points because it's not gone well so far in the first 2 rounds. But it will. I've got no doubt that Rapid F1 will start to show why he uses the name Rapid, to be fair. So just waiting for everyone to load in. 13 seconds left. And then we hit qualifying. It will be 18 minutes of qualifying. We'll have a good look. We'll have we'll have a circuit run through, and I think we'll do the circuit run through with. We'll see who goes out first, and we'll do the onboard circuit run through. But look forward to tonight. Zandvoort's a pretty cool circuit. We want to bring up the track back, of course we do. That's pretty much all we need at the moment. I don't really need much else detail. Well, we don't need much detail. Best lap. Let's get best lap up. Although fastest lap kind of gives us that information anyway. But we'll leave it up anyway. There is no other information really for qualifying, is there? I don't need it. Solid taking off. Right, who's first out? That looks to me to be Tongo Prof. Or is it Cameron Poulter? It is Cameron Poulter now. Strangely, Cameron Poulter is one of those that generally had previously liked to go out late, but not this time round. Cameron Poulter going out nice and early, got a bank lap in, which is always my favourite. Go out nice and early. So there we go. You see in some of those bank corners already, and you see as you go into the corner, where it just kind of tips you up a little, it almost tips you round the corner as you go through it, and you can kind of sweep round. That is the first bank which has the opposite effect. But for the majority, if you look at the particular lot of these right-handers, there's a big one coming up here, so really good, and there's a just kind of moving up those tyres really to make sure you've got the ultimate grip, particularly the outside, and you see that with you will see the DRS open when they go hot lap. If I do pass, disgusting sound of the slipping nice big bank down, which takes you round to the start finish straight, and you're on that power straight past the start finish line. There you go, you hit that start finish line, and you're on this left hand side, breaking around that 50-metre board. And then you get it turning, stay in for me, don't really have to drop down to the gears too much. Stay on that power, and it really is a succession of kind of lift and change up, change down. Not huge amounts of braking in that first little bit, apart from then again, you've got a sweeping left there, just lets you go through, sweeping right there, and a little dip in pace just to get around and turn into that ladder. Then you've got to drop down in pace again, same sort of thing here, just sweeps round before you get on those brakes, and that corner kind of tightens up a bit, a little bit like China. You turn 2 or 3 China where it just kind of tucks in on itself, so your braking kind of turns in a little bit later into the corner. And here we go, this is another of those right and right left combo there, almost a full chicane there. Purple, heading up to turn 3, last proper braking zone of this lap. DRS detection zone is here. You're on the power, sweeping around that right hand side, and off you go, straight. DRS open right there, and you'll cross the line, and that's a 1:11.2. And that is you know what? As fast laps go, to be the first one out as well, that's pretty good. And then we say that, and Meixer does a 2:11.195. So it makes me look a bit stupid. So Cameron Poulter was quick. That's what Meixer did. It makes me look stupid. No, I'm not Italian. I am. I was going to say something really horrible. Not about Italians, no, of course. And as if to prove a point, there is Rose. I forgot to turn that on. See, absent-mindedness. There we go. Absent-mindedness. Rose with a 110.8. So this out looks so far. We've got Rose and Meixer on the front row. KVI Tony with Cameron Poulter, row 2. Joffrey and Shen. Let's go Shen. Oh, no, we'll go Shan because I'm not calling on Tuesday. Him or her, of course. They are both on row 3. Tongo Prof and Stomper on row 4. Stomper's time will be improved upon without question. That's a 1:17.8, not the greatest of laps there. But at the moment, less than a second separates the top 7. Rose on pole. As we'd expect, we know Rose is pretty darn quick. We saw just what Rose had to offer in the final race of last season. By then, of course, Rapid F1 had pretty much sewn up that championship. But Rose since then has been demonstrating that they are a force to contend with in this season. And so far, very, very quick from Rose. From Jamaica, of course, is Rose. So, waiting for, that's Stomper going very, very slow. Letting people go through. It's clearly going faster than they are. There is Binks. Binks will come across the line. That is good enough for the fourth row. 111.9. We'll see Stomper. Now, that was 1,000th of a second quicker than Binks. To relegate Binks to row 5. Now Pack is going into row 4. Moy Cooley, top 3 last time out, 124.2. That's going to be improved upon. Jinx is going to improve upon that 120.7. And Stomper will definitely improve upon that 117.8. Now, it's good that I'm happy these guys are getting banker laps in. Andre will on 20.3. The reason I'm happy to get banker laps is what you've seen quite often is people realise they haven't got the kind of 111, 112 pace required for a decent, and that's a spin from Andre. Going to have to do a little bit of repair there to that car when they go back in. Oh, there. That could have been very, very tasty. Yeah, it's going to go bank lap in because quite often you see people that know they haven't got the quicker laps banking out of the lap and putting nothing on the board, and it's always dangerous. It's always dangerous. And at least they've got something there. Whatever happens, there's something on the board. Excuse me. Jay Hartnell, Rapid F1 and Ace Edge are all still to put in time. We've got 11 minutes left to qualify. Have a little bit to talk about what's going on Black Flag TV for the next few weeks because there's a few changes happening. So, we... anyone that knows us on Black Flag TV knows that quite early on in our existence, we were seconded, I'm trying to think of the best word, seconded by the Lithuanian Racing Club for their National GR3 Championships, which we broadcast at the end of last year. That was season 2 for them. Season 1, obviously, we didn't exist in season 1, so we couldn't have done it. But we've been invited back, and season 3 for them starts in February the 5th to be exact, and Sunday evenings will again become time for the GR3 or GT3 Lithuanian Racing Championships. And I tell you what, if last season's anything to go by, what a racing series that is. Anyone that did watch will remember when Diego absolutely dominated until about round 8. And then Simonas came in and stole the championship from him over the last couple of rounds. And there's a couple of really, really good drivers. But if we see drivers like Simonas and Lesvinas in this from the start, I tell you what, it's going to be very, very difficult to see them go there. But the great thing about the whole of that group is that every driver in there is capable of winning a race. And we're actually proud to say that one of the Lithuanian Racing Club, Armadis, will be representing Black Flag Racing Team this weekend in the GT Champions Porsche Cup. It'll be in Division 2, and that will be live here on Black Flag Racing TV from 12:30 on, I'd like to say Saturday night, but it's not. It's 12:30 Sunday morning. It's Saturday night for everybody in America and all the other people that are racing in it. But us in the UK, it's the next day. It's going to be Sunday morning, half hour into Sunday. We'll be broadcasting that live here and GTChampions.com and obviously YouTube as well. Yeah, so that's what's going on there. Who else is out on track? There's that's Mixer in third. Also, what is new to Black Flag? Well, we've had the announcement about GT Fusion. That will be coming up. First race will be in February. That is 6 rounds over the course of the year. Massive tournament that is. Literally hundreds of people watch it live. And I'm proud to say that we are still involved in the broadcast team for that. Still not promoted up to the professional groups, but that's because the French guys are running for the French broadcasting teams. Simple as that. Nothing you can say about that one. Also, we've got some great stuff happening with Black Flag. Started the new GR3 yesterday. We did attempt a 2-lobby scenario. Don't know what's going to work out, so we're basically going to say that making it time. Toughies. If we do end up with 30 people on the race, the 15 can half and do a second lobby by themselves. But yeah, it's difficult to hold at this stage. But it is what it is. Loads more F1 stuff, of course. We now are with these guys, Smoking Pirellis on Tuesday and a Thursday. And the only shame really is they don't race at other times so I can do other stuff. Because obviously my time is limited to certain. I can't broadcast on two places at once. And if anyone is interested, just do that they're racing season. Yeah, if you want to catch up what they're doing, they start at 9 o'clock. It is the rival series. It's the Mitsubishi Lancer versus the Evo versus the WRX, Subaru WRX and Pretzer. And it is a car versus car competition rather than anything else. 7v7. For a good laugh. So I've just got a really random message about the Audi TT I'm involved in. That's it really. We've got loads of stuff going on every day. Every single day of the week now we have at least one race going on Black Flag TV. If anyone is interested in doing some broadcasting, we are looking for a broadcaster. Somebody who can come on board. We're happy to give you all the training and everything else you need and provide what you need. All you need to do is bring your voice and your desire to talk about motor racing, or at least simulate motor racing. So email address is on the YouTube. Drop us an email, or you can send me a private message if you want to, and we'll have a chat. But we are actively looking for anyone interested in doing a little bit of broadcasting. Full training provided, obviously. Right, so let's have a run through. We don't want to waffle too much through qualifying. Rose and Stomper both on pole. Rose the only driver gone sub 1 minute 11. Pretty much everyone now sub 1:12. Bar Andre and Tristan and Jinxie. And Andre still some big active. So that's the front two. It's the two Red Bulls of Rose and Stomper dominating so far. Tom Go Prof. You can't park there. That is clearly not where you drive that car. He heads up row 2 with Kevin Gartoni of Alfa Romeo alongside. Roy Cooley is heading up row 3 with Makesa in 6th place. Binks and Cameron Poulter are on row 4. Rapid F1 can't get better than row 5, just ahead of Ace Edge from Australia. Dodgy accent. Shan on row 6 with Joffrey. Jay Hartnell and Nat Packers on row 7. Nat Packers back on row 7. What the hell? Have I disappeared into I was going to say disappeared into an alternate universe where Rapid F1 isn't in the top 10? As Rapid F1 puts himself not just in the top 10, but on the front row. Rapid F1 is back, baby. So you kind of just answered my question there as to why you haven't driven a lap around here since July. Your qualifying time. Well, to be fair, you can't really complain about that qualifying time, right? Because if you look, it's only it's just under a second, just over a second between Rose on pole and Nat Packers in 14th. That's a proper F1 grid, that, in terms of qualifying. Only Tristan, Jinxie and Andre outside the 1 minute 12. So I wouldn't feel too bad now, because any other day, it's a couple of tenths. A couple of tenths, half a second, and you're well inside the top 10. Another half a second, and you're on the front row. It's that close. So it's Rose, Rapid F1. Rapid F1 is back, baby. There he is. He's on the front row with Rose. Stomper, Dongo Prof, row 2, row 3. Tony and Moikuli. Makes and Binks on row 4, row 5. Cameron Poulter and Ace. Shan and Joffrey. There is Joffrey. Going quickly with the DRS open, but going quickly and slowly. Shut the DRS, man. You're going to crush your car if you drive like that with the DRS open. Jay Hartnell, Nat Packers, row 7. Row 8 is Tristan and Jinxie. Row 9 is Andre. All on his lonesome. He's on an outlap now, so this is his opportunity to bin that 1 minute 20, get himself into the 1 minute 11s, 1 minute 10s even. That'll be something. Here's the question. Does Rose or Rapid F1, and I'm picking on those two particularly because those are the two currently on the front row, and the one that's sub 111, does either of those have a 110.5 in them? There's the big question. A challenge laid down. Is the challenge accepted, lads? Get on it immediately. Who are we watching? We're watching Andre. So Andre on a hot one. Let's bring up some telemetry, shall we? So we can kind of see where the inputs are at. There we go, there's all the inputs, don't see anything else. Just watch these inputs, you know, what you can see where you know, the ERS gets used. And the only thing you don't have is kind of braking and acceleration. You can't work out where they are, but there's no real solid information as to where the brake points are. But you I suppose you can see actually when they're apart. You notice that. I'm literally just seeing it. So you see here, particularly around Zandvoort, there's no real heavy braking. It's all like feathered and you know, they're predominantly getting on with the power and just managing that power as best as you can so you make sure the back end doesn't go spinning out. That's a heavy braking zone there to get into that zone. But pretty much one of the only zones you see them really stamping on the brakes. And here he comes round this right, and this is where full power. You go launch mode, hit that ERS, hit that DRS, and absolutely roll it across the line. And you set your time. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. That was a 1:11.5, so Andre does get in sub 112. Just one driver left to go sub 112. Come on, Tristan. You might be a Liverpool fan, but we'll let you off if you go sub 112. If you don't, I will make comments about how. I'm going to make a joke about the young club if you don't go sub 112. There we go. Challenge laid down for Tristan. Rose and Rapid, your challenge is to go 1 minute 10 seconds, 10.5 seconds. And Tristan, your only job is to go sub 1 minute 12. Sub 1 minute 12, and I will not tell a joke about the Open Club. Of course, I'm assuming it's Liverpool Football Club. It could be Leeds United Football Club, which is Football United. It could be something completely different. It could be like Fairy Games or like. Probably not. Here he goes, he rounds into sector 2. Looking pretty much, he's got no one ahead, no one really going to hamper his lap. A nice good gap. That's the other thing about qualifying. You've got to kind of manage where you are on track and make sure that you're not really going to get hampered by anybody else. And equally, when you've done your hot lap, you're out of the way and really get on with doing what I need to do. But there is a yellow flag which shouldn't have any effect because it is behind. And here we go round that Volkswagen. Power. What time have we got? What have we got? Come on. Is Tristan going to go sub 1 minute 12 and save us all from my terrible Jurgen Klopp joke? Yes, he does. 1 minute 11.4. We do not get a joke about Jurgen Klopp today. We'll save that for the next time. I tell you what, we'll save it until Tristan does something stupid or crashes. How about that? So there we go. Full run through then. There's your pole sitter. It is Rose from Rapid F1. They're both on a final hot lap. Is Rose going to improve on that 10.8? Does a 10.6. Doesn't go sub 10.5. What about Rapid F1? Rapid F1 on a hot lap. He is. So anyways, Rose from Rapid F1. From Stomper, Tongo Prof. That's row 2. Binks and Tony on row 3. Row 4, Mui Gully with Makesa. Jay Hartnell and Cameron Poulter round out the top 10 on row 5. Shan and Tristan on row 6. Joffrey and Ace on row 7. Andre and Jinxie row 8. And surprisingly, considering the pace, we've got Nat Packers on row, what was that, row 9? Yeah, row 9. So that essentially means, if we look at that 10.6 to 11.7, it's 1.1 seconds separates first and last. That's how close it is. And Rapid F1 crosses the line. Is that improvement? That is not an improvement. And that's where everyone finishes. No one else left on a hot lap. We are done. We are dusted. And if you haven't done a lap now, you're well and truly busted. So there we are. Rose from Rapid, Stomper, Tongo Prof, Binks, Tony, Roy Cooley, Makesir, Jay Hartnell, Cameron Poulter, Shan. LFC Tristan and then Smothers. With surprisingly Nat Backers on top three. Today she's Nat Backers. Really sorry, hang on, I'm just going to pause the mic so I can blow my schnoz. Briefly able to breathe again through my nose, won't last long. Rose from Jamaica is on pole in the Red Bull. Rapid F1 from the UK in the Mercedes on second. Third is Stomper. Is that Croatian flag? Someone please confirm where Stomper's from, because I'm not that good with flags. Tom Prof from the Netherlands in fourth. Binks from the UK in fifth. And then we've got Tony Moikulia makes it. That's all Finland or Denmark or one of them. It's Finland, isn't it? I'm sure it's Finland. It's one of those anyway. It's a Nordic country, but they're all with each other. 1, 2, 3, well, not 1, 2, 3, but 1, 2, 3 if you're counting just those Nordic drivers. There we go. That's your lineup. We've got 17 out there today. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, I think. Particularly as we've got the quality of drivers across the field is very, very close. Often when we watch races on whatever platform it's on, and there's a lot of F1 stuff now on Black Flag TV, you see that there's quite a disparity between the sort of first and the last in terms of pace. Here we don't really have that today. That 1 second difference across the field. On a usual F1 track, it's normally not even that close. If you look at last season, you look at Verstappen on pole to Gotifi in plumb last place. Often the gap was much bigger than it is here today, which just goes to demonstrate how close they are. Obviously the cars are equal in performance, so we haven't got the the intricacies of the difference in cars, of course, but equal performance is equal performance, which means it is down to the driver, which just goes to show that it's small margins. And Rose at the moment and Rapid F1 have showed that they have those small margins today. Can they maintain them? Rapid F1's job today is going to be, I think it's not going to be really to try and beat Rose at the moment. Rose is just looking really quick. I think Rapid F1's job today is to get some decent points on the board. I think it's really important that Rapid F1 doesn't overdrive to try and compensate for the last couple of weeks. It's to get the car home and get the car home in a half decent position, just to kind of bring that confidence back. That's the most important thing, I think. But who knows? Wingish. So you're kind of like a wing but not quite, yeah? How you doing, buddy? Good of you to join us, of course. Just get some Lucasade on board, trying to keep the energy levels up. I just realised how small that chat box is at the top of the screen there. So I'm making big apologies for my incredibly loud dog. Let's make that bigger so we can see it all. There we go. Who do you think is going to win today, Wingish? Do you think that Rose is going to do this from pole position, or is someone going to come through from the midfield and nick it? I'm assuming it is a dry race today. No one has told me otherwise, so it's going to be down to tactics. I think we'll have a look in a minute and see what people are going to do in terms of tyre choices, etc. Of course, we've first got the formation lap. That's your two options: medium hard or soft, medium, or medium soft, medium, soft, whichever way you want to do it. Last time I saw a race around here, not long ago, a couple of days ago, it looked to me to be the 2-stopper that was generally the quickest race around. That said, you just don't know. It really comes down to, again, safety cars and how often we get a safety car and how difficult those safety car periods are, where they fall, particularly where they fall within the plan. Because often, and I think we saw it on Tuesday night. Actually, we saw a strategy that played out absolutely perfectly, just because the safety car fell exactly on one driver's strategy. Oh, awesome! So it makes Tony and Moy Cooley. So that's who you're looking out for. And at the moment, there are 7th, 8th, and 9th. Sorry, 6th. Right, we go 5th. 7th and 8th place. So going to be interesting there between the three of them. I'm assuming Rapid F1 had some sort of grid penalty, because I'm pretty sure Rapid F1 qualified in second is now down in 7th place. Actually splitting those three drivers more equally makes it and Tony. So interesting. We've got three friends, and they're being supported by Orgish. You think, to be fair, Tony's been pretty rapid, really good in race number 1 and 2. The thing is, Rose's very, very difficult to beat. Rose is bang on form. With Rapid F1 up there as well. If Rapid F1 keeps the car on the road, there's a reason that he's champion. And that was a stomper. For some reason, in the formation, they're just disappearing off into the wall. Has lived though. They have lived. But to have a crash on the formation, they're literally going slowly. Right, who are we going to start on board with today? I think we start on board. We want the outside line, really, don't we? Going into turn 1. And it's a very weird setup here because the driver on the inside, the driver on the outside is the one in first place, but actually you want the inside line. So you've got a bit of an advantage finishing on the inside here. We'll go on board with Rapid on the inside and see how quickly they get away. So there we are away, and everyone looks to be away clean. Everyone behind them, a big run there from the AlphaTauri of makes it up into 5th place. Great start there, and that drops Rapid F1 is staying in 6th. So drop down the order, and Nat Packers is starting to move up. Shad for me moved down. Tom Go Prof, awful start for Tom Go Prof, way down in 11th place. A big loser there, but Rose and Stomper, the two Red Bulls, already out and trying to pull away from the rest of the pack. Let's have a look at their tyre strategies across the board. So Rose and Stomper, teammates, but gone very, very different in terms of strategy. And already Tony up into the top 3. Tony into 3rd, makes it into 4th. Rapid F1 up to 5th place. Cameron Poulter running in 6th. Moi Cooley is just behind Cameron Poulter. Is the move on. Look at this, really close. Trying to find a way through. Difficult racetrack to overtake here because there is really only one line in pretty much every corner. So it's all about finding, hoping the person in front of you makes a mistake, finding a way through. Now, Moi Cooley on the medium compound tyre and Cameron Poulter on the hard, they're going to have better traction. And it's about finding that traction in the right points. In the slipstream at the moment, not quite close enough to get benefit from it, but with a bit of DRS, that could all change. The thing is, there are 2 DRS zones here, but they're not very long. So in order to capitalise on that benefit of DRS gives you, you really need to go a lot closer coming out of the previous turn. And I'm talking sort of 2 tenths, 3 tenths max to give you that clean the ball from the slipstream and the DRS. But Tony up into 2nd already past Stomper. Now Stomper is on a different strategy, running on the hard compound tyres, so looking to go quite long. As Rose has already pulled out a 2.1 second lead on those soft compound tyres. That now, look, it's all well and good. He started on the soft, so it's about pulling out a big lead now. The biggest benefit that Rose is going to get from this is if there is no safety car, or if the safety car drops right on his pit window. Because everybody else behind is going to run longer and will, unless of course Rose can build a sort of 12 or 13 second lead, which is going to be difficult to do because the pace is very similar. I'm saying that when you're chucking in laps like that at race pace, you do have to push it. And that is DRS enabled, so hopefully that will help him Stomper, makes it Rapid F1, Cameron Poulter, all of those just tucked in behind the driver in front of him. But, yeah, as I say, Rose on the soft compound tyre. And we've lost 2 already. That's 2 drivers gone. That's Stomper gone. That's Cameron Poulter gone. So that gives Tony a bit of breathing room because they were pretty open. Stomper was running quite well on those hard compound tyres. They had a really good strategy. But all gone wrong. Ace Edge going into the pits very, very slowly. Very slowly indeed. There is Shell. We're trying to find where the stricken cars are. It looks to me but they are just down. So turn 4 and 5. Looks like the two of them are coming together because they're right next to each other. So was there some sort of spin from Stomper which collected Cameron Poulter on the way through? And a spin there from Shan. So at the moment, Shan not showing us what I need to see, which I think we can just see up ahead there now is the two stricken cars. They have been removed now, actually, to be fair. So, gone. So we can't see the stricken cars. So, in they go. Rose will jumping in the pit probably a lot earlier than they had intended to, but does give the opportunity now to switch out the tyres. That promotes Tony and makes it, and William's here to watch them today. Well, yeah. But when he gets a safety car like that, it works right into his favour, doesn't it, William? That's the thing. So Tony is in the lead now. His countryman makes it is just 1.5 seconds behind. That gap clearly will close down. Will close quite significantly. And as they put in behind the AMG GT3 safety car. And that's a much better safety car than that's behind. It's a much better car. And if the two of you car companies want to fight out which one of you sends me one, please feel free. It's like putting the Senate and biting on a practical. And I wouldn't, but not an electric car. You would. Shan speeding in the pit lane. Naughty penalty for you. Rapid F1 in the top 3 for the first time in a long time. Hopefully we can see Rapid F1 staying there. We just want the quickest drivers out in amongst it. Nat Packers has improved the position somewhat up to 9th place. Of course, there's some that haven't. Let's have a look at who has and who hasn't stopped. Lap data. Let's put some lap data in, so we don't often look at the lap data. So, Rose, Tongo Prof, and AZ all stopped. Shan stopped and is now retired. So, not a great start from Shan. Already stopped for a problem, and then see you later. Clearly not interested today. Stomper and Cameron Poulter look like they had it coming together. They are out. So Rose back in 12th place. He was in the lead. Tongo Prof was in that top 3. Now in 13th. Ace was pretty much back where they are now anyway. But an opportunity for them to maybe improve their fare somewhat. They have been into the pit twice. But now they have pit. Maybe they can go on and make a few positions on everybody else. In terms of positions gained, everybody bar Rose and Tongo Prof have gained position. But when you consider Rose and Tongo Prof have both already pits. Rose and Tongo pits. Who I think, if you'd asked me 5 minutes ago, I would have said Rose for definite. But I think that early pit stop, I think it was necessary to pit when he did because he was on the soft compound tyre and there's no guarantee of getting such a cheap pit stop again. But I think, I'm going to go out there a little bit. I'm going to say Rapid F1 today. I think Rapid F1 is due a win. Rapid F1 certainly got the pace to do it. How do we get that? How do we get a replay? What's it going? Is this a new update for me? What's going on? Okay, I don't know how we got that, but that was awesome. I want to know how to control that. So safety car is ending. What's going on? I've lost complete control of what's going on here. Oh, there we go. I think I've got control back. There we go. That was, whatever it was awesome, but I want to have control over that. Yeah, I like the replay, but I want control, people. Yeah, so going back to it, I think Rapid F1's dual win. We know Rapid F1's quick. I'm going to go with Rapid F1. And I think if you have another safety car and Rapid F1 does it right, let's go there. I like, I'm not choice. I mean, the obvious choice clearly at the moment would be Tony. Because no Tony's quick. Out there in the lead at the moment. And, I think solid. Cards on the table, I'll go rapid F1 today. I think Rose's in a good position still, because he's obviously got already, but I think it's going to be too much. I think it's going to be too much to ask. Really quick. That's thrown me a little bit, that new thing. I should probably read update notes when we get update notes to find out what's happened to me. I might just kind of log in and go, look, that's nice, it's shiny. So there we go, there's the tyre choices. It's front four, all on the medium compound tyres. Then we've got Joffrey, Tristan, Binks and Andre on the hard compounds with Rose. Already back up to 9th place. He's going to make me eat my face today, isn't he? But we'll see how it gets on. So Tony does lead them out from Makesir. Rapid F1 in 3rd. There is Muikuli in 4th place. Joffrey running in 5th. Tristan in 6th place in the Haas. Binks in 7th, and we see Andre moving up into 8th place briefly until Rose says no thank you, that belongs to me, and moves that Rebel up into 8th position. Andre down to 9th, Jinxie in 10th place, Nat Packers running down in 11th. Tomgo Prof in 12th on the soft compound tyres, so Tom's going to go fast. Tom needs to go fast. The only way you make that soft compound work for you now is to gain as many positions as possible in the shortest time available to you. And here goes position number 1. Having a look around the outside of that Packers. Hangs that car out there. Bang! That's one overtake for Tongo Prof. Is there another one on Jinxie coming up shortly? 7 tenths is that gap. How quickly does Tongo Prof close the gap? Let's see if it is a big overtake. And it's 2 cars of Jinxie and Andre. Both for Aston Martin. It's going to be under pressure now, and that was all. I was going to say that was a great exit, but got a little bit squirrely and a very nearly Tongo crash. But he's all right now. Tongo Prof survives on those soft compound tyres, but now gives us some work to do to close up the gap. We're looking across the order. There's Rose closing down on the back of Tristan, who in that Haas managed to avoid by a really awful and that moves on to next week. So then we go DRS enabled. There goes Rose side by side. It's not an edge drive, it's different Nolan cars. What an exit from Rose up into 7th place. Excuse me. So good big charge on from Rose. Tongo Prof make the move on Jinxie. Now it's time to make the move on Andre. Is it easy to do? It looks like the last one was pretty easy. Is this one going to be? Got to capitalise on these soft tyres early. We've got to get himself up into... yeah, we can see the position changes. You want to? Absolutely. Position changes. There it is. So pretty much everyone is gained quite well. Rose's lost, but he's been in the pits. Tongo Prof has lost as well, but he's also been in the pits. And they're both working their way forward. Jay Hartnell really the only one on track. Big loser at the moment, down 6 places. But everyone else that has lost has hit it. I think Jay Hartnell's been good. But there we go. So Tongo Prof has made light work in that package. Jinxie and Andre works their way forward. Then we've got Rose trying to work their way forward at the moment. They've got past Tristan. That is the next target for Tongo Prof. So that's where the race is on a minute between Tongo Prof and Rose. Tony's still leading the way. He's only 2 tenths up and not really holding off at the moment. Big winner today so far. Joffrey, an 8th place gain up to 5th place. Then we've got Andre, Jinxie, Nat Packers, makes it all with a 5th place gain. 4 places gained for Tristan. Place between 1 and 3 for Rapid and Tony. Ace, Edge, and Jinxie. Jinxie still 2 gained, but Jay Hartnell, big loser, down 5 places. Oh, excuse me, my nose is so ridiculous. Rapid F1 still in 3rd place. Not doing what I expected them to do, which is start to prove me right, because I'm going to go right usually. When I come to the dictionary, it goes horribly wrong. So I apologise in advance, Rapid F1, I didn't mean to jinx you. So Binks is making some moves. Binks up ahead of Tongo Prof and Tristan. Because Rose's already made that move. Now this is the question, can Tristan make the move on Binks? Tongo Prof does not want to see Rose pulling that far away. Has got a decent run now on Tristan, heading down towards turn 1. Not close enough to make the move though, because Tristan's got some DRS assistance from Binks in front, so can't really capitalise on that DRS because the car he's chasing has that little bit of extra help, and he won't want to see that. He wants to see Binks either pulling out of that distance, out of that DRS zone, or Tristan just dropping a little bit back into it. But can he make the move before the next DRS zone and get it done, or can he be so much closer that it just helps anyway? So here we go, next DRS zone coming. Tristan's going to get DRS assistance. Tom Go Prof is certainly close enough to make the move if he gets a good exit, and that is just close enough, I think. If he can get around that corner and get all the power, just lost a little bit through that corner there, and they're not going to get as much help as he wanted. Just didn't get the right kind of exit there. Just needed a bit more on those soft tires. And bear in mind that eventually they're going to drop off, and they're going to be in big, big trouble. Rose still making moves towards Joffrey. 5 places drop the goal, and there we see what happened to Tristan. Tristan is retired from this race. That is Tristan out. Please tell me he didn't deliberately retire just to get the young contract. What happened there? That looked like a mass disconnection. Where can you see? See, we can see where Tristan is, because can't even see Tristan on the track, to be fair. Was that just a mass disconnection then? Must have been, because well, we've got what looks like a safety car. Jay Hart to win. Andre is in. Who else is going to jump in at this stage? Jinx is going to make try and close those positions up a little bit. Well, Jinx is actually jumping into the pits. So no answers to what happened to Tristan. If Tristan wants to come on to chat and let us know what happened there, that'd be awesome. Thank you very much, Tristan. So as we go into another safety car session, and we are at 12 of 36. This is 1/3 distance. Second safety car already. Still not going to beat the record from last week's 7 safety cars and 7 safety cars and 1 virtual safety car. Not in Smoking Pirellis, in another racing series, but that is the most I've seen in any race. It was 50% race. Imagine that being doing a 25% race. You'd be crying, wouldn't you? KVI Tony leads the way from makes it 2 countrymen. It would be 3 and top 3, but they're split by Rapid F1, who I think crazily I've tipped to win this race. And top 4 all go in. Moy Cooley follows them in as well. Joffrey stays out. Joffrey has done, how long are those tyres? Let's have a really look and see. 12 laps on the hard compound tyre. They're going to try and stop this race in that Williams. And at the moment, doing all right. 1.1 seconds clear of Rose. Rose has already been in the pits once. It's done 9 laps on those medium tyres. Tom Go Prof's had to go in and ditch those soft tyres. That would have been quite a long run on the softs anyway, or getting towards that stage. So Tom Go Prof down in 8th place. But probably going to have to stop again. Come out on medium tyres. So he's going to have to stop again. 3 stopping this race then, which wasn't what I expected, to be honest. So Joffrey from Rose and Tristan has left the session completely. Come on, Tristan, tell us what happened, man. Tell us what happened. Ace up into 3rd place. Compared to mine at one stage, Ace was last. So good run there. Tony back out in 4th place on the hard compound tyre. This hard compound tyre does not do 23 laps. Absolutely no way. So there will be another stop for everybody out there. 2 safety cars, just kind of mixing things up a little bit. But pretty much everyone has got him. Everyone bar Joffrey and Rose and Ace, the top 3. Everyone bar them have been into the pits. Now, this is the thing. If everyone behind now can run at least sort of 10, 11, 12 laps without having to think about pitting, none of the top 3 can boast. So, unless there is another safety car, there's going to be some shenanigans going on, and they're going to have to pit under normal racing circumstances, and then try and fight their way back through. Now, we know that Rosé's more than capable of doing that. However, it's not an easy task. It's not the best track to overtake on. And the people around you are not going to want to just let you go through. So right from back there's Jinxie, 20.5 seconds back. Could do with probably another lap or two under the safety car, just to try and close it up a little bit and keep Jinxie in the mix in that Aston Martin. Nat Packer's down in 12th. Hasn't driven his track since July, and that's of course last year, not the year before, because that's ridiculous. In fact, it was since July. It's since before this version came out, right? So I think it's come out towards September time. Who knows? I have actually driven the track since July, but not on this kind of control on this set course. Slowly, of course, as I drive over through track. So we've got this little incident thing that pops up again, and I don't like it because I can't control it. It's not showing me anything. What it needs to do, if it's going to do this, then show us what happens to cause the safety car in the first place. This kind of feels like a bit weird. I like having control over it. I don't like it. That's not the incident, that's just a safety car. Do I like this update? Yes, I do. Do I like that we're able to control it? No, I don't. Do I think they probably need to apply it to the correct thing? Absolutely, yes, I do. But so, safety car will be ending this lap. He's Joffrey from Rose from Ace Edge. Those three did not stop in this safety car window. Tony makes it rapid F1. Muy coolly. And let's go forward with when I finally get a chance to do so. With Tony, because Tony is much fresher tyres than the front three. If Tony can make an overtake or two there, then that is big, big trouble for those three out in front, because they still need to put, everyone needs to put again, we know that, but they possibly need to put twice more. Certainly sooner than everybody else around them. So they're going to make a big, big difference. Excuse me. Bearing in mind that I've got a shit ton of broadcasts between now and the weekend. There's a spin. Who's that just spun? That was rapid F1. Come on, man. Come on. What have you got for me? You're so much better than this. There we go, Wingish. Commentator's curse strikes again, and rapid F1 is at the back of the pack after that spin. But at least we don't have another safety car. Joffrey, Rose, is still out in the lead. Top three. There is Joffrey in the... what car is he in? It's Williams, isn't he? Then he's got Rose already up there into that top three. It's on like Donkey Kong. Couple of big moves there from Rose. Ace Edge stays up in there. But of course, we lost rapid F1 from that... The sort of front-running department. There's Ace Edge. And we're looking at let's have a look at the back of Rose. Rose is just turning this on. Absolutely melting this car. 12 laps Rose has had on those. And trying to close down on Joffrey. Still in there in second place. Wants to make the move early, but does it cost him because he didn't come in earlier? How much more have those medium tyres got? I certainly don't think they've got much more than a few laps remaining. Joffrey's still on those hard compound tyres. He's been on those tyres since the beginning of this race. In fact, he's the only driver out there that's not been in the pit station. So very, very brave from the Williams driver there. Rose can't quite get close enough to make a move, but they are 13 lap old medium tyres. You don't really want to be pushing too hard at this stage and then just let go on you. There's Ace Edge in the Ferrari. He's just falling away from tenths of a second is the difference. Let's have a look at some of the fastest laps, shall we? That's not what I want them ones. So Rose does have the fastest laps of 1:13.6. Everybody else in the 1:14s bar Jinxie 1:15.7. Shan's best lap is a 1:21.4. Very strange. DRS enabled. There we go, DRS enabled. Rose going to have that DRS. Can that DRS help them make that move around Joffrey? Well, they don't need to because they're already in the lead of this race. Almost immediately upon getting DRS. And yeah, so there we go. Not really much to talk about there. So, intervals. Back to the interval. Can Joffrey hang on? That's the question. Or make the move back on Rose. That'd be something interesting, wouldn't it? 11 places gained for Ace, 11 places gained for Joffrey. Both on older tyres. Joffrey on 17-lap-old tyres from the very beginning. Ace went in early, not so much. And that's Binks dropping down the order. Very, very slowly, those Binks. That must have been a spin of some sort. Back behind Rapid F1. So we're losing people down the order. You're just not hanging the car out there. And we still haven't seen Tristan and found out what happened. In fact, we haven't seen Cameron, Stompers, Shan or Tristan in the chat just to let us know what occurred. Maybe we should start doing that. Is there anything? Jump in the Discord chat and have a chat with us during the rain. How about that? Let's sort that out then. Next week, Nat, Dan, let's get these guys. If anyone retires early, let's get them on a Discord chat. We'll have a little wordy word with them while the race is going on. Find out what happened. Yeah. How about that? Let's try it. I feel like it might work. Rapid F1 in 12th place. It's half a second back from Jay Arnold. A lot of work to do today now for Rapid F1. Jinxie is running in 10th place. Half a second back from Nat Packers, who is themselves half a second back from Roy Gully. Dropped down to 8th place with a hard compound tyre. 3/10 though to Andre. Can Roy Gully use those hard compound tyres despite having that? Because Andre's not got DRS to Tongo Prof ahead, can Roy Gully use that DRS that they do have to make the move? And that is a lot closer coming through there. Going to have one more opportunity if they get a good exit out of this final sprinkling right-hander. And they really could put the pressure on. And we do see Andre just getting on the power nice and early. But DRS ensues. There's that wing open. Closing. But are they closing enough? Certainly not to make a move this time round. Enough work done by Andre to stay ahead at this stage. Tongo Prof is 1.5 seconds up from Andre. Just 2/10 behind A6. This is where we see the fast drivers like Tongo Prof really start to turn on. And Joffrey really hanging on with Rose at the moment. Tony not able to maintain it. But remember, Tony got much fresher tyres. 7 laps old. And we'll be trying to look after him a little. Take them as deep into this race as possible. The deeper you can take them, the better tyre you get. So we'll Tongo Prof looking for a way through, just glancing up the inside, glancing around the outside, getting that power on, but DRS just keeping Ace in the mix here. And the minute it's a bit of a DRS trade, you've got Tony, makes it Ace and Tongo Prof all benefiting from the same kind of DRS trade. And it's the worst thing about being on the back, yeah, you get that a little bit of slipstream, but all the cars in front of you have all got some DRS just pulling the others along. And we do see Ace though finally off into the pits. And that was a heroic 17 lap or 18 lap drive on those compound tyres. So he's definitely looking to go to on some hards. There's the next target for Tongo Prof. And actually what that does, that takes Tongo Prof out of a DRS. And 1.2 seconds behind mates is going to have to do this. All on car and driver ability to get back involved. Now, bear in mind, Max is going to have some DRS from his countryman Tony. Some significant work to do. There is Tony, 2.6 seconds. Excuse me, from the front two on the hard compound tyres. Only 8 laps on them, and Joffrey will soon be pitting on those hard tyres. And I imagine in a lap or two. We know that those medium tyres can go 18 laps. We've just watched Ace do it. So, we're at a stage now where there's only 15 laps remaining. Does Joffrey want to stay out on the hard? There's two kind of schools of thought here. As Tongo Prof does the fastest lap of the race in an attempt to close up on Makes It. Now, is thinking about what Tony's doing, I mean, we don't know what Joffrey's plans are. But 21 laps on those hard compound tyres. We know that the medium tyres can take you 18 laps. So they could pit now and certainly have some decent tyres for the final push at the end of the race on mediums. However, are they eyeing up a potential of running even longer on the hards, hoping for a safety car, and at that point they jump in and get a cheap pit stop, or going as long as possible and putting on a set of softs to the end to give them that little bit extra traction, pace and grip? Now I think, you know, if your tyres are working out for you and you're not, I mean at the moment it doesn't seem to drop off too much, although is now out of the DRS of Rosé, which they were in. You've got to bear in mind that Rosé's done 18 laps for Rosé, so Rosé's going to have to come in soon as well. Are you kind of hanging on until they do that? That's the other thing. For me, I think, you know, you kind of assess your lap times. You think, well, I know that I'm only, you know, a second a lap slower or whatever on what I was previously. I could probably stay up because I'm going to gain that on the soft compound tyre. But also, you've got to have in the back of your mind that you know, you do need to pit. And how long do you wait for a safety car? Because it's not been one for a while now. Everyone seems to be kind of settled into their rhythm. You know, you hang out too long for a safety car, you lose too much time, and then you end up having to pit under normal conditions anyway. So it only really works if there is a safety car. And at the moment, there isn't one for us to see. So anyway, there are, we've got 13 laps remaining here at Zandvoort. Rosé leads the way. 2 seconds clear now of Joffrey. Joffrey on those hard compound tyres. 22 laps on those hard compound tyres so far. Tony running in third place. Ace, despite being in the top 3 now, 7.2 seconds back at the very back of the pack. On medium tyres, running to the end of this race though. So any in front that need to pit are going to be in a bit of trouble. There is Mexia in 4th place. Good potential for a top 3. Got his countryman Tony just 8/10 up the road. Is under pressure though from Tom Gay. Still under pressure from Tom Gay. And it's only the DRS from Mexia's compatriots that is keeping him something away from the clutch of Tom Gay. But as this race goes on and those medium tyres start off, which they will do before the hard tyres, does that window of opportunity for Tom Gay to make the overtake start dwindling as the grip goes away? That's how hopefully that's what makes us planning on this. Let him push. Let him take some more out of his tyres. We don't want to necessarily know what tyres are running, but you can certainly have a look and see. Look at the wheels, you can see they've got a yellow wall on them. So the DRS again not close enough to capitalise. One more shot with DRS, and let's watch for a little bit longer to see if Tom Gay can use this DRS here and get anything out of it. It needs a much better exit. That's a bit closer. Is it a lot closer? Don't know if it is. I think 4 tenths is not enough. And just that extra boost that makes us get from Tony, making the massive difference here for Tom Gay for Mexia and stopping Tom Gay. More equally is 3.3 seconds back. It's going to be very difficult to tackle into the back of that barrel with the pace they're currently at. Andre, 2.2 seconds back in 7th place. Nat Packer's been game for her position considering where she started. She is 1.2 seconds off of Andre in 8th place. Ahead of Biggs, and it's all Biggs spinning and maybe way back up to 9th place. Rapid F1, however, not been quite so lucky. Rapid F1 has made up a couple of places, but only by virtue of Ace and Jay Hartwell both going into the pits. Jinxie running in 10th place. That is 4 seconds clear of Rapid F1. Again, I don't know what the answer is. I said this last week, I said the week before, that, you know, up until the end of last season, Rapid F1 was absolutely the one to beat. And was chucking in lap times like you wouldn't believe. But this season just not working out. Maybe it's the car. Maybe it's bigger than Mercedes-Benz. It's being haunted by the bullshit of the Hamilton. It's just everyone's just had enough, and they're kind of willing their car to go slowly or go around and round and round in circles. But like, I tell you what, no more predictions about Rapid F1 winning anything because commentator's curse has struck. Yeah. I'm not sure whether I agree with you, Dan, to be fair. I quite like Zandvoort, but I'm slow on every track I race, but I don't think it's awful. We've got a retirement there. Ace Edge is retiring from this race. Or is he? Yeah, it looks like it. Yes. Did not finish, so he's not coming, but he does look like he's coming back on track, but he's actually not. So that is another retirement. That's 5 retirements. Yeah, so what I was saying, Dan, is about... you say it's a shit track. I think it's an okay track. Do I think it's a great F1 track? No. I think it's a great GT track, and I think it's a track that is perfectly designed for GT driving. I think the problem is that when you've got a Dutch world champion, and you've got a Dutch driver that's really dominating F1, you have to have a track for their home track, which is why they had to go somewhere in the Netherlands. And, you know, not to be too down on the Netherlands, probably, out of all the tracks available, the best one available to them. Yeah, so, you know, do I think it's as bad as Monaco? No. I think Monaco has no business being a racetrack anymore. Those times when Monaco being a decent track is long gone. But I think the only bad thing is about the track is it's bloody hard to overtake. But as people go into the pits, Joffrey finally in the pits. Joffrey did go for as long as possible to go on the soft compound tyre. That's going to help with a few places gained potentially. Rose also in the pits on those soft compound tyre. So, driving seat. Of course, because otherwise the car wouldn't be moving. Tony is in the lead on the hard compound tyres. 14 laps already done on those. Another 9 laps possible. Not convinced. Makes her in the same position. Tongo Prof, definitely. There's no way you are taking those to the end of this race. And if you do, I will doff my hat to you, and you get driver of the day, and maybe you'll get a ridge run. No, I'm joking. Anyway, Tongo Prof is on his home track, of course, so wants to finish well, because it's a Dutch track, and he's a Dutchman. Simple as that, sunshine. Excuse me, sorry. Need to because flagging fast. I've still got one more to do after this, but rivals to do after this. It's getting so busy with Black Flag TV now, I've had to put a calendar up my screen, like some creepy weirdo. I've never been so organised in my entire life, and I didn't want to either. So Tongo Prof is running in 3rd place. We'll have to stop again for fresh tyres, surely. Moy Cooley on the hard compound tyres. Now we've got the 3 countrymen, Tony, Megzer and Moy Cooley, all vying for top 3. Imagine if they take the top 3 between them. There will be a party in Finland tonight. I've got to look up the flag. I'm not entirely sure what their flag is. You still there, Wingish? Can you confirm what flag it is? I'm sure it's Finland. I don't want to be wrong. I'm Googling it because I'm just not sure. It is Finland. I'm correct. I don't look like a bucket. Yes. When they finished... If it's the top 3, it will all be finished. Oh, come on. That, man. See, it's the drug. I blame the cold medicine. I blame the cold and flu medicine. Fastest lap for Rose. We're not expect anything less. He's up to 8th place. We're down to 12 drivers. We've lost Ace Edge, we've lost Tristan, we've lost Shane, we've lost Stomper, and we've lost Cameron Poulter from this race so far. Excuse me. Rose started on pole up to 8th place after that pit stop. Is Rose in 7 laps going to make up that massive deficit? They've got the pace for it. This is what I want to know though. 14 seconds to the leader they need to do. So they need to be gaining 2 seconds a lap on Tony. Now we're assuming, of course, that if Tony makes it don't stop again, or Tony makes it and Mukuli don't stop again, then it's going to be very difficult for Rose to make that 14 seconds up. Excuse me. That said, he's quick. He's really quick. There's something about Jamaicans, they just seem to move very quickly, which is ironic because when I was in Jamaica and I asked for a 9 AM call, I got it at about 11 o'clock and they were like, just on that. So, yeah, for a nation of people who are very quick, very relaxed. Full rundown then. Let's have a full rundown from beginning to end. There is your leader. That is Tony. He is half a second up from his compatriot, makes it. And they are 7 tenths up from Tongo Prof. Tongo Prof on those medium compound tyres. And if you can get 6 more laps out of those medium compound tyres, he's some kind of fucking machine. I'm telling you that now. I'd be very surprised if they're not already struggling a little bit. Moi Gully is in 4th place, also on the hard compound tyres. Now the top 6 have all done 17 laps on their tyres, whether it be hard or whether it be medium. Rose running in 7th place. Nat Packers up to 5th place, also trying to take this to the end. I'll tell you what, big Nat Packers and Tongo Prof, surely they would have come in by now if they were going to. So it looks like they're all going to try and stay out on these tyres. Good on you. I'm sure they'd be going off by now if I was driving. Binks is in 6th place. There's Rose. Now Rose started on pole. Rose's on the soft compound tyre and wants to try and make it back into the top 3. Genuinely, I think if the other cars can all stay out for what's essentially 5.5 minutes, it's going to be very difficult for Rose to do that. As Binks makes the move on Nat Packers very briefly, side by side, Nat Packers says, "Hell no, you won't go." And stays up into 5th place, but the battle is still raging. Binks trying to find a way through, and Binks, that's the noise you make when you pick a glass, of course. Binks. Sorry. My jokes are awful. So trying to find a way around Nat Packers. Did find it briefly. Nat Packers is like, hell no, that's not happening. And gets back ahead into 5th place. But this battle's raging on. And Binks is just trying, you know what it is? They're trying to get away from the onrushing Rose. Because they know Rose is going to be on it with those soft compound tyres. But bear in mind that every lap that goes on, those softs start to go off a little bit. And you know how abrasive a lot of the tracks are on the soft compound tyre. So here we go. There is some DRS for Binks. Here comes Binks. Going to try and make the move. That pack is defending well, but not too well, because there goes Binks up the inside. But that Packers knows with the outside line, you get the inside on the next one, and you can hold it, and you stay in 5th place. Binks cannot make the move. Stick this time. Almost are coming together. They would have both been dead, and then you would have had to have a funeral, and everyone would have been sad. But they didn't crash, they didn't die, they are still alive. And there goes Rose out of nowhere. All up the inside, or up the outside actually. And now we can see Rose just trying to make a move on that Packard. Nothing they can do to hold this guy up. This guy is a speed demon. Absolutely on top of it all the time. Loves to have a go. I'll tell you what, if I've still got my voice by the end of the next podcast, I'll be very surprised. So there we go. Rose makes the move on that Packers. Does it stick? Yes, it does. Off goes Rose up into 5th place. Is this going to be the charge to end all charges? It is Tony from Makes It, from Tongo Prof, from Moi Gully. The 3 finished drivers in the top 4. Can Moi Gully get past Tongo Prof? Not at 7.2 seconds behind. Can Tongo Prof split the party out in 1st and 2nd with Tony and Makes It? Who knows, because at the moment it's not happening. 5.4 seconds is the gap that Rose needs to make up. Let's start from the back of the pack, work our way forward. There is Jay Hartnell, 7 seconds off the back of Andre. Andre trying his best to close that 15.2 seconds to Joffrey, but Joffrey on the soft compound tyres is probably going to close up on Rapid and Jinxie. There is Joffrey, 1.3 seconds back from Rapid F1, who was doing all right and was up in that kind of top 3 and then spun. And it's been the kind of story the last 3 races. It's not been working out for Rapid F1. And I reckon he is screaming, "Please stop fucking talking about me, you absolute wank puffing." Because commentator's curse is strong in this one. But there is Rapid F1, showing why he is called Rapid. Closing up on Jinxie, trying to make him almost into the back of Jinxie's Binks. Is through and trying to pull away. Putting away from Joffrey at the moment is what they're doing. Rapid F1 3 times back. Looks quicker than Jinxie, but can't seem to get that move done. And here is the DRS. They've both got it, but that was a great exit there from Rapid F1. Going to go side by side. Going to make the move up into turn 1. Move done. Binks is the next target. Rose's cut that down to 4.5 seconds to Moy Cully. Moy Cully's still 7.3 away from Tom Croft. And here's a move round the outside from Rapid F1. That's not a bad move. And he makes that stick. Bye-bye, Binks. Hello, 7th. That's all I've got to say about that one. 2.8 seconds is the next target for Rapid F1. And that is Nat Packers. Is there enough time? Lap 34 of 36 here at Circuit Zandvoort in the Netherlands. Did I pronounce it right? Can you Dutchman confirm or deny whether I pronounced that in the correct manner? That would be lovely. Where else is there a battle going on? Well, there's this between Joffrey and Jinxie. Joffrey's closed that to 3/10 of a second. Jinxie's going to have some of that DRS off the back of Binks. Is Jinxie going to be able to keep away? So here we go, round this right-hander. We're looking at Joffrey on the soft compound tyre. Just 7 laps on the soft compound, up against 21 and 22 laps on the medium. DRS is open, and it's closing. Is it closing enough to make the move? It's going to be a brave one if you do. Under braking into turn 1. There is the attempt. Just can't hold off Jinxie, holding it around the outside. We'll have the inside line here. They're racing so close together. Another attempt there from Joffrey. Can't make the move stick. Round the outside, Joffrey goes. Is up into 9th place. Great overtake there. Rose's cut that gap to Roy Cully to 3.7 seconds. It's going to be a big ask to get that top 4 for Rose. Nat Packers, considering the start, doing really well. And we're watching with Joffrey now as Joffrey closing right down on the back of Binks. And this could be 2 overtakes in the space of 1 lap for Joffrey here, who just held that car out there for so long and absolutely thoroughly deserves this finishing performance. There we go, up the inside goes Joffrey. Got the DRS open, makes that move into this final sector they go. And, well, next target is going to be, if you can get there, it's going to be 3.2 seconds on the road of Rapid F1. But we are on lap 36 of 36, the final lap here. KVI Tony is in the lead, 6/10 up from his Finnish countryman in Make Sure. They are 2.7 now, 2.6 seconds is the gap to Tom Croft. Tom Croft just couldn't mix it with them. I mean, I did say, yeah, it's a feat taking those tyres 23 laps, the medium tyres anyway. But, yeah, the grip is definitely going to come off a little bit now, isn't it? Not going to stick with them. Could you just been a much quieter race? Look, 7 or 8 safety cars in the last couple of hours. Give me very little to talk about and save my throat. Is what it is. Moy Cully is running in 4th place. 23 laps on those hard compound tyres. Rose's cut it down to 1.9 seconds. I don't think there's enough time to make that move now. Tony wins the race, clearly makes it 2nd. Togo Prof in 3rd. There is Moy Cully. Moy Cully done enough to maintain 4th place. Couldn't get 3 finish in the top 3, but they are all, the Finnish have all finished. Boom, boom. Here a week from much. Nat Packers in 6th place. Good finish for Nat Packers. Rapid F1, considering the spin, 7th is not bad. Could have been worse. Joffrey in 8th, Binks in 9th, there is Jinxie in 10th. Andre comes home in 11th place, and Jay Hartnell finishes this race in 12th position. Sorry about that, had to be done. Well, when they're finished, you get there. But there is your winner today. There is Tony, the Finnish driver in the Alfa Romeo. Good, solid points. And that's another top 3 for Tony as well. So showing some brilliant performance in this season. And Nat Packers gets driver of the day. And thoroughly deserved, bearing in mind that Nat Packers was properly almost last. In fact, I think she was properly last when we started. So good, solid performance was enough. But there is your winner. And that is the Finnish driver. So 3 Finnish drivers started. 3 Finnish drivers finished. But only 2 of them made the top 3. But even still, with that's 66%. 66% of the Finnish drivers finished on the top. And they don't call me stuck down for nothing. Well, they don't call me stuck down at all. But if they did, that would be one. So there we go. Another race done and dusted. Can you believe it? Only round 3 already. it just goes so quickly. Smoking Pirellis is brilliant racing every time we come here. But not more to say. Here is the full classification. So it is Tony from Maxia, from Tongo Prof, from Roy Cully from Rose, Nat Packers Rapid F1, Joffrey, Binks for the Alfa Romeo, Jinxie for Aston Martin, Andre for Aston Martin also, Jay Hartnell in 12th, Ace was in 13th, Tristan 14th, did not finish. Ace did not finish, of course. Tristan did not finish either. Neither did Shan, neither did Stomper, neither did Cameron Poulter. Just the 5 did not finish. Jay Hartnell in 12th place was at back, but will score some yummy points. So, thank you very, very much for joining us. There we go. Thank you very much for joining me. I've been Empire. This has been Black Flag Racing TV with Smoking Pirellis Season 5, round number 3 at Circuit Zandvoort. We will see you back Smoking Pirellis on Tuesday, and then back here for the Tier 1 next Thursday. It's been emotional.